Okay, looks like I got it going. There we go. Alrighty. So I did a stream on Friday, basically the same flight, and I was using Pilot HTC, and for some not for some reason I was using wrong phraseology, and it wasn't working right. So hopefully I can do better today. Uh, yesterday, oh, I just started talking actually, so I uh, Uh, I streamed this same flight on Friday, and I was having real bad luck with Pilot KTC, and turns out it was all on me. I was trying to tell it things that it didn't understand. So we'll see if we can do better. My goal today is try to beat a thunderstorm. We're supposed to have one roll in around 3 or 4 or 5, and I'm going to hopefully do about 150 nautical mile flight uh, before that happens. So we'll find out. This particular flight, we're going from Erie, Pennsylvania, KERI, to Lost Nation, KLNN, to Youngstown, KYNG, and back to Erie. This is my one and only long solo cross country that I've done in my life. So this particular flight is pretty special. It happened in 2009. So it's a pretty special flight for me, and there's quite a few eventful things that happened along the flight, and that I will never forget. And we'll be thankful to ATC for keeping me straight when I was down in the Youngstown area. Without further ado, let's see if we can get this thing going here. So next,
OBS sim sound.
OBS sim sound. Looks like that's working.
Check. Mod mic in position.
Yes, it is.
Check. OBS mod mic sound.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Check. OBS streaming.
We're streaming.
Check. Over toolkit windows.
Yep, they're here.
Check. Fly with Lewis sound script.
Got it.
Check. AVI tab plugin.
Got it.
Check. Rep weight and balance.
Let's like my frames are a little poor. Could be an eventful day. Weight and balance. So weight and balance. Alrighty, I want 17 in here. Apply.
Check. Rep maintenance log.
See if I broke anything the last time I flew the plane. Oh, looks like I didn't break anything. That's a plus. Okay.
Check. 2 brakes. Test and set. 3 fuel selector. Both. 4 fuel shutoff valve. On, in. 6 beacon. On. 7 avionics switch. Off. 8 master switch. On. 9 throttle. Open 1/4 inch. 10 mixture. Idle cut off. A auxiliary pump. On. B mixture. Rich until 3 to 5 GPH then cut off. See
Hard to say.
auxiliary pump. Off.
It's certainly hard to see
12
3.
starter.
Alrighty.
Engage. 1 ignition switch. Start. 2 mixture. At engine start. Ridge. 3 engine. RPM 1000 RPM. 4 oil pressure. Check. 5 mixture. Lean max. 6 flaps. Retract. 7 avionics. On. 8 instruments.
Okay, we got a little past south. That looks great. Airport elevation is 730. That looks good. Everything else, yeah, looks good.
Set. 1 brakes.
Okay, I'm done with you. So wait a little bit here, let the engine warm up. Let's see, you want to be on ground. What am I on right now? I need to be on ground. So frequency, ground. Set COM1 standby 118.100.
COM1 standby set to 118.1.
Okay, so I got ground inactive, I got the tower in standby. Stay active runway, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 06.
Cool. I turned up pilot to ATC and we'll just see how that goes. It's definitely louder than it was before. We'll see how it goes in the flight, but I think it doesn't talk very much, so it'll probably be okay. But it's definitely louder than I had it before. I finally figured out in pilot to ATC where to turn that up at. So we're gonna be on runway 24. Cool. Looks like I'm in the green. So pretty much ready to taxi. Let me look here. Everything looks okay. Don't need to quite be that high. About 1,000 RPM should be good. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 118.1.
Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Why are you contacting on tower? Why is it doing that? Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf backtrack runway 06 winds are 360 at 6 knots altimeter is 299 cleared for takeoff. Runway 06.
Backtrack to runway 06, cleared for takeoff, 06 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
For some reason it almost acts like it thinks I'm IFR and I'm not. So I'm gonna disconnect and then connect.
KERI INTL Tom Ridge FLD information kilo.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 118.1.
Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Why? That's disappointing. Stay active, runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 06.
Stay weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India is scattered. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 010 at 6 knots, cloud coverage is 4,100 scattered. 4,900 scattered. Current altimeter is 299.6. Temperature 252.18.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact Erie ground on 121.9er for taxi clearance.
Ground on 121.9er for taxi clearance. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Ground Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for taxi. Ground Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is ground, go ahead.
Ground Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for taxi to runway 6.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 118.1.
Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I'm done. I had high hopes it would work better. Sadly, it's not starting out that way, but that's okay. I had been told earlier that it was runway, yeah, okay. Just checking the windsock, making sure it looks about right. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 360 at 6 knots, cleared for takeoff. Runway 06.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So even though they're having a hard time trying to figure out how to give me taxi clearance, at least when I got to the runway, they were okay. So, and I've been cleared. Keep her down the center here. Up we go. Kind of about 70 knots on takeoff here at full power, so trying to maintain runway center line. I had my heading knob set up for runway 24. I looked down, I went, oh, that's not right. Oh well. There we go. So I'm hoping these clouds are high enough. I'm going westbound, so should be at 4,500 feet. So we'll get out of here a ways and go ahead and make a left-hand turn. Oh yeah, I'm high enough. So we'll make a left-hand turn, run up along the shoreline here, kind of get me pointed in a westerly direction to go to Lost Nation. So. And at Lost Nation, I'll be doing a touch and go there. So. And a touch and go at Youngstown and back to land at Erie. Okay, we don't need to give it that much power. I'll pull it back to 24 or something like that. Should be good. I'll try to get it straight here. At least make it quit turning.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, enjoy your morning. Frequency change approved.
Well, thank you. So, flight plan, cursor. Lost Nation, enter, accept. Menu. Activate leg. I was gonna say it was taking me out over the lake. I'm like, that's not quite where I'm supposed to be going. Up along the shoreline maybe, but not out over the lake. Whenever I dial in like a direct to it, for some reason it seems like I have to like activate it more than once to get it to work right. So I think we're kind of going in the right direction. Yeah, kind of. Sounds about right. The shoreline kind of goes to the right a little bit up here, so since I was already over the lake, that would make a little bit of sense. So, where are them clouds at? Hopefully they're not at 4,500, but looks like we'll find out. They do look kind of close though. They're looking really, really close. If they get too close, I'll go back down to 3,000. Yeah, that's not looking good at all. Hey, weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India is scattered. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 010 at 6 knots, cloud coverage is 4,100 scattered. 4,900 scattered.
That answers
Current
that
altimeter
question.
is 2,996. Temperature 25
That answers that question. There's no way I'm going to fly at 4,100 when the clouds are at, or at 4,500 when the clouds are at 4,100. So we'll do doing a 500. I'll pull back on the power because there's no reason for that much power to get it to descend. So we'll go back to 2,000, and when I get down to 3,000, I'll go ahead and hit the altitude hold. So, clouds were something I was kind of a little bit worried about. When I looked outside, there was blue sky, but so what's the real weather in the sim? What's it delayed by an hour or something like that? So, and it was cloudier earlier, so that kind of like makes some sense. So. I don't particularly care to be out over the lake. So I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot, get myself up over the land, get inland a little bit here. Trying to figure out how I can get myself out of nav mode. Oh, I know what I can do. Okay, altitude hold. So let me go over here. So I put it in nav mode, heading mode. Oh, actually, now it is. So I'm gonna point the plane over this way a little bit. Get over the land. It's already on altitude hold, so that part's good. So probably ought to give it a little more power. And once I get over, kind of pointed in a direction a little bit more southbound here, I'll go ahead and put the GPS back in, and then that way it'll plot a path from here to Lost Nation. So and I won't be flying over the lake. But that just tends to bother me a little bit. Okay, nav. So, let's see how this turns out. I have a clue what I'm doing. It should work, but we'll see. Okay, that looks better. So Erie is a towered airport. Lost Nation is not. Lost Nation is untowered. Has 2 runways, and the short one's about 3,800, and the longer one's probably 4,500, something like that. So they're not very big. Erie's runway is it's about 8,000 feet. Youngstown is towered. Its runway is about 8,000 or 9,000 feet, something like that. It's pretty big. When I first landed there, Erie had a 5,000 foot runway. So I landed in Youngstown and was kind of like, man, is that a long runway, you know, so. Good morning, how are you doing, Hawker? I am doing awesome. I'm recreating my one and only solo long cross country. I tried to do the same on Friday, but it didn't go real well. I'm hoping for it to be better today. Burning way too much fuel. So we are in X-Plane 11.55 R2, the very last version of X-Plane 11. Can't wait for the day when I can actually stream X-Plane 12. It certainly seems like it's bringing a lot of pretty cool things to the table, so can't wait to be able to show that off. So we got 44 miles to go, about 29 minutes. We're in the northern part of Pennsylvania. This is about, trying to remember how much distance it is from the New York border to the Ohio border. But this part of Pennsylvania juts up and touches the Lake Erie. So this is pretty much where I spent my life, is in this area. So I grew up a bit south of here, more snow-like country. So probably from here I'm probably 25 miles away, but from the shores of Lake Erie, if I went straight south to where I grew up, probably 20 miles, something like that. They built a ski resort about 5 miles from my house, so where I grew up. So yeah, we got a lot of snow. But this is where I learned how to fly an airplane, so. I think they were hoping for that. Whether that becomes true or not, it's a little too early to say, but I'm thinking they were hoping very, very, very strongly that. But I'm also kind of curious is Austin and Philip are going to be at Oshkosh at SimAdventure and SimVenture, and I'm kind of curious if that's going to get recorded, live streamed, or what. That would be kind of cool if that was. It'd be kind of interesting to see what they say at this particular time. So, because it's a live event, it's not taped, you know, it'll be kind of interesting. Yeah, it starts Monday. It starts Monday, yes, yes. But I don't know when they're, no, this coming Monday. Tomorrow. That'd be the 25th, right? 25th to the 29th, or so it's from Monday to Sunday. So. But I'm just kind of curious. I don't know if they're only going to speak like once, kind of like what they did at like the Flight Sim Expos, or you know, I don't think they're going to do it every day, but it would be interesting if that's recorded, so that you could either see it live or you could see it, you know, at a later date. So that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, it is. It is. Because no doubt, when the beta comes out, it's not going to be bug-free for sure. Because they're already talking about what they want to do for like a point release. So in other words, a 12-point, either whether it's 12.01 or 02 or 12.1. I mean, they're talking about a point release will be a very big focus on VR. So I'm absolutely looking forward to that part of it. So. Oh, no doubt. I've lived through this before with 11. So, well, actually, even when they did Vulcan with 1150. Oh yeah, that was pretty broken for a while. So, but that's just part of X-Plane. Just the way it goes, you know. The what I do like though is that if you find a bug and you submit it, generally, they will get back to you. They will send you an email, whether they can or can't replicate it, and if they can replicate it, then you'll have a bug number to know whether it's when it got fixed. So it's kind of a different concept than what I'm seeing with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I submitted bugs months ago with Microsoft Flight Simulator and basically heard nothing. It's kind of like, what's the point? If you won't respond to me, I mean, what's the point? So Because right now I have a really, really, really bad one with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Since I'm a VR person, I updated from software update 9 to 10 to the beta, and and it works fine as long as I don't say let's go into VR. I go into VR, it's not immediate. The sim pauses for 5 seconds, and all of a sudden, bam, crash your desktop. It's kind of like, and it doesn't do it sometimes. It does it every time. Kind of like, oh my word, you know. But it is what it is. so it's kind of like, okay, well, because I had kind of hoped that I could kind of stream that, but little difficult with a crashed desktop. So. Yeah, because kind of the one of the bigger differences is, so when we look at these clouds here, because I'm running just my clouds are I don't have any cloud add-on, so basically all these clouds are kind of billboards. So when you look at them, you know, it's kind of like a billboard of what the cloud is. It's not three-dimensional at all, even though it kind of gives you that effect, but it's not. Where in X-Plane 12, then all the clouds are three-dimensional. That in its own right brings all kinds of challenges to, first of all, rendering. So as opposed to rendering a 2D image, you're going to render a 3D image, and live with it moving. And so you're kind of going like, okay, well that's a big challenge in its own right. So. But they got that. The other thing they have is the weather. So in 11, when I get so far, the weather's going to reload. So it'll just be abrupt, just the weather reload, and it could be tremendously different. On 12, it blends, so you don't get that abrupt change in weather. It's blended across distance and time. So that's quite a bit different. So we're 32 miles away from Lost Nation. Kind of doing about 92 knots, I guess. Yeah, the only excuse me, the only add-on I have for here is I have Ortho 4XP, for the scenery and stuff. So I do have that, but that's about it. So. Setcom 1, 125.350.
Com 1 set to 125.35.
Stay active runway at Kilo Lima, November. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 24.
No. No. Let's try this. Setcom 1 standby 122.725.
Com 1 standby set to 122.725.
Stay active runway Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. That's gonna go over badly. Stay active runway 4 Kilo Lima, November. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Well, it would help if I had the right frequency. One 125.350. Okay. Stay active runway for Kilo Lima, November. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Yep, still not good enough. 125.350 is Cleveland approach departure, so that may be too far out. Don't know. But I knew when she said runway 24, that's for Erie. That's not. That's not where we're going. Say weather for Kilo Lima, November. Say weather for Kilo Lima. That didn't work. Say weather for Kilo Lima, November. Radio check. Radio check. Quite interesting. Radio check. Radio check. Radio check.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you are loud and clear.
Radio check.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you are loud and clear.
Say weather at Kilo Lima, November.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, weather at Kilo Lima November is broken. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 256 at 8 knots, cloud coverage is 3,100 scattered. 6,000 scattered. 9,000 broken. Current altimeter is 2993. Temperature 29 dew point 21.
Stay active runway at Kilo Lima, November, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Stay active runway at Kilo Lima, November, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Radio check. Interesting. Radio check.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you are loud and clear.
Stay active runway for Kilo Lima, November, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Radio check. Why is that doing that? Stay active runway at Kilo Lima, November, November.
Aircraft calling Unicom, say again with your call sign.
Stay active runway for Kilo Lima, November, November, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Stay active runway for Kilo Lima, November, November, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. I can't believe how poorly this is working. Radio check. So elevation here is 625 feet. So we'll gonna do a straight in approach. So if it's 600, we'll get her leveled off at about 2,000 feet. So I'm on Unicom. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound for touch and go on runway 23. I love them. I just love them. Okay, so the runway should be kind of off on my left a little bit. Kind of trying to figure out where the heck it's at. It's about 5 miles out, so we got a little ways to go yet. I'm trying to get lined up for the approach. I kind of know where the about where it should be, but whoops. I wanted to stay at 2,000 feet for right now. I found if I get too low, if you get too close to pattern altitude, it seems to be really difficult to kind of find these runways, so. And sometimes you see things that look like a runway and they're not. Like over there, that looks like kind of like a runway, but it's not, it's a road. And what I'm really looking for is more than the runway is hangars. They seem to stick out more than runways do. So I'm 3 miles out from the airport. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound for touch and go on runway 23. Yeah, I flew right over it. So 2-3 was that one right there. So that's fine. Because there's a runway 23 and there's a runway 28, so they're really close to the same direction. So we'll spin her around here. Get set up for a downwind. At least that's my plan. Okay, that should be runway 23. Set up on a downwind here. One notch of flaps. Trying to stay parallel with that runway. I may be a little bit close here. We'll see. If I am, I'll just keep bringing that around. Oh yeah. A little bit high. I'm not bad high, but runway 23. Okay. Step one. And I made my mind up that I wasn't going to let, if Pilots ATC has given me grief, I wasn't going to let it bother me. When I streamed on Friday, I let it bother me. And it affected my landing, so I vowed I wasn't going to let that happen, so. And so far, I've troubleshot as much as I can, but when you get close enough, you get under 10 miles to the airport, nope. Trying to figure out how to get to the airport, so. And this is a non-towered airport, so it doesn't really matter, so. I never really got pilot to ATC to tell me what the active runway was. I just got, as long as I got a weather report, I think the winds where I rechecked them were 2.5 or something like that. So they're halfway in between. So it was a 2.5 something. So you had a runway 2.3, you have a runway 2.8. So it's halfway in between. I picked the longest of the two runways. So 1500 or 150 is about where we should be. So I'm going to throw the heading bug over there. Put on heading mode. We're going to be heading east. So, or east like. so 3,500 if the clouds allow. So let's go to flight. Whoops, not that one. Flight plan. Clear. Yes. Okay. Why? Yeah, Youngstown. Yeah, don't quite seem like it's quite right. Because it should be around a 150 heading, so I can kind of tell what's the clouds looking like. Yeah, it looks like we can go to 3,500. I could kind of tell like where the plane was kind of heading. Just kind of like glance at the directional gyro and kind of like, no, I don't think you're going quite where you belong to though. So, alrighty, not bad. Yep, frames are pretty bad. All that stuff on top of me. In VR, I don't know about 2D, but in VR, the more overcast is above your head, or above your plane, right what it's at, the more it impacts the frames. So, like right now, pretty much everything on top of me, it's clouds on top of me. If I fly out of that, the frames will increase by 15 frames, easy. So, so normally I can get about 45, but if I fly underneath something like this, they'll drop 15. So it'll go from 45 to 30, pretty guaranteed. And if you like, if there's like a hole in the middle, you can watch the frames go up and then go back right back down. It's bizarre. So, and when I get down around in the 20s, low 20s, then I can actually see it in the headset. I can see the smoothness isn't there. Can't necessarily see it when I'm like looking out. I can't really see jumps. No, I don't see that. But I can. The tracking appears like what gets affected. So. saying if I went down, even if I went down by 500, it wouldn't make that big a difference. So on to Youngstown. So we got a little lake we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go over a pretty big one. On the way to Youngstown, there's Pymatuming Reservoir, and that's a pretty big body of fresh water. And then right outside of Youngstown Airport, there's another lake that's called Mosquito Lake. So it's kind of like a landmark where you can kind of go like, oh, if I see that lake, then the airport's real close. So. The COM1 standby 123.750.
COM1 standby set to 123.75. Youngstown Warren RGNL information Lima. 1500 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 10,000 few, 16,000 scattered, 24,000 broken, temperature 25, dew point 21. Altimeter 3001. Arriving runways 3205, 32 left. Departing runways 3205, 32 left. Advise on initial contact you have Lima.
So that pretty much told me everything I needed to know. So we're going to be running on runway 32, and on that check, so 32 is 9,000 feet. So that's a big long runway. 32 left is a little baby one, 3,400. So, but they land C-130s here, so. I think they land jets here too, so, because it's a reserve base. It's part of the airport is a reserve. So, because my dad used to take me down here when I was young, and we watched the planes fly down at Youngstown. So. Been down there a few times, not a lot, just a few. Yeah, so since we're going, if we're going westbound, we would be odd plus 500. So that would be 4,500, 6,500. But since we're going eastbound, then we do odds plus 500. So that's why I'm at 3,500. So. And looks like we're staying below them, not by much though. Yeah, like that. That's X-Plane 11 weather reload. All of a sudden, bang. So we're getting closer to Youngstown, so evidently that's Youngstown's weather just loaded in. And because Youngstown weather sounded way better than what I was in, so. But all of a sudden, that's how it goes. Bang, it's just there. It will be nice where it doesn't do that. Where it's more like real weather, where you fly in and out of a system. And because that's how it is in real life, so. So actually that there is the smaller of the lakes. I'm assuming's up ahead of us. Can just barely see it in the distance. It's about, I can't judge it in miles, but I can see it. It's from over on the right, way over on the left. That's Pymatumi. It's really big. It's on the way getting there to Youngstown. So it's actually on the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, actually. So. Yeah. So as the clouds over my head have gone away, mostly, so have the frames increased. So that's kind of how 11 works in VR for me, anyhow. Set COM1 standby 119.500.
COM1 standby set to 119.5.
Okay, so that's Youngstown Tower. Yeah, now that that Pymatumi Reservoir is coming more into view. And what are we? Okay, so Youngstown's 1,100 feet. So 2,200 feet should be patterned. So coming in at 3,500 will be fine. I'll just stay with this until I can actually see the airport, and then I'll when I can see the airport, then I'll start to descend. Yeah, so the storm we're supposed to be getting later on, I'm not sure where it's coming from. If it's coming from the south or the west. Because I am quite a bit west of where I live, not right now, so I was kind of hoping I didn't run into it, but we'll see. Miles out, so let's see if this is working. So I'm on Youngstown Tower. I'm 15 miles out. Radio check. Radio check. So let's do so that's approach. Radio check. Radio check.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you are loud and clear.
The active runway, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 14.
Radio check.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you are loud and clear.
Cessna. The active runway for Kilo Yankee November Golf, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 14.
Why? Got it. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land, runway 14.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200, altimeter is 3001, enter pattern on a left downwind for runway 14. Call downwind.
Okay, we'll
Enter
do.
pattern on a left downwind for runway 14 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So we're 7 miles out. I'm almost lined up for runway 14. So I gotta think about this a minute. I'm gonna get out past the airport. Stay at 3,500 feet. It's always hard to picture in your mind, like what side of the runway you gotta be on. And so I'm flying pretty much the heading of the runway. So if I'm thinking about this correctly, I have to be on, when I make my 180-degree turn, I'm gonna have to be on the right-hand side of that runway so that I can make a left-hand turn into the, when I turn base. At least that's my thoughts right now. And you can see there's a smaller runway there. There's actually another one. There's actually 3 of them here, so. Then there's a really short one that runs parallel to the big one. Right now she's pretty trimmed up. I'm doing probably about 90 knots. And just trying to scoot down here as quick as I can to get set up for the approach. And when I call downwind, then I'll ask for permission to do a touch and go. But I'll do that after my downwind call. Alrighty. I think I'm far enough away. Let's do a 180-degree turn here. Gradual turn. Yeah, weather is better here. You can probably pull the power back a little bit. Pattern here is going to be 2200, and I'm at 3500. So as I do my turn, I'll just I'll try to lose some elevation. Looking pretty good. A little quick. I'm actually way high. I don't want to get going too fast here, but I got to get rid of quite a bit of elevation. I misread my altimeter. Alrighty. Back in business. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 14.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call turning final for runway 14.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are light and variable, cleared for the option runway 14.
Alright.
Cleared touch and go runway 14 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Okay, I'm a little close to the runway, so I'm trying to get myself out a little bit. Also trying to not be too fast. Got about 1700 RPMs in. Everything looking okay. Kind of pointed away from the runway a little bit. Okay. So we'll hold up on the yoke a little bit. 1 notch of flaps. Like a notch. Trying not to let it get too slow. Bring it around, bring it around, bring it around. There we go. Getting slow. I'll put a little power back into it. Bring it around. Definitely slow. trying to let it descend a little bit so I get my airspeed back where it belongs. There we go. There we go. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf on final for touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are light and variable, cleared for the option runway 14.
Cleared touch and go runway 14 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Let me get the nose pointed down a little bit more. Gain some airspeed back. Yep, there we go. There we go. Almost didn't pay attention. But I did. Here we go. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I was on final. I don't know where the heck my head was. It wasn't quite there, and I looked and I went, "Oh no!" I says, "I got to get the nose down a little more because I was coming. I had the airspeed was lower than where I was comfortable with it. So, but I find I can land this thing a lot slower than what I think I can. I mean, I try to be 60 or 65 across the numbers, and I have people telling me, no, you can be at 50, 55, that'd be fine. You know, I'm kind of like, oh, okay. Tell them where your comfort zone is. Alrighty, on the KERI. So, where do we gotta be? I'm not gonna put the autopilot on quite yet. I wanna climb out of here a little bit. Get away from the airport before I put the autopilot on, but I need to be headed kind of north and east, so probably a heading of a 60 will probably be good. So I'm gonna do this. Put that on 6, put on heading hold. Let the plane climb. Get a flight plan in here. Clear. So once again, we're eastbound, so we'll be at 3,500 feet, bearing any clouds. I'll pull the power back 20, 24, 23, somewhere in there. Let her slowly get up to 3,500. And like that with Pilot ATC, it seemed to work just fine. So I believe there is some issue. It seems like when you go to a different airport or something, it's like it doesn't recognize that you've got to the next airport or a different airport. So I've got to like hit the disconnect and connect again, and then it seems to find it. So that just doesn't seem right. But I'll have to do some more practice to kind of figure out if that's consistent or not. So Alrighty, looks like 32 minutes, 55 miles or so. Back up to the lake. Yeah, so when I did this in real life, when I was coming down to Youngstown, I was like just enjoying the scenery too much, not paying attention to piloting as much as I should have been. I had a portable GPS in the airplane with me, but I didn't have it turned on. So I come down past Youngstown Airport, and I'm on Cleveland Center, and I've been passed to Youngstown. So Youngstown Approach is talking to me, and and I had like filed a flight plan, so you know the air traffic control would have known what my intentions were. So I get a call from Youngstown Approach. Says, called my call sign. I can't remember what it was. Says, did you plan on landing at Youngstown? And I says, well, yeah. He says, well, why'd you fly by it? I'm like, I am like seriously flustered right now. I mean, I'm holding altitude, a heading. Oh, it was just like, oh my goodness. So now I'm flustered, and I'm solo. So you're in charge here, so figure this out. So they give me vectors, and I was so flustered I wasn't following what they had to give me vectors twice before the plane got turned in a direction where I could actually see the airport in front of me. But so I didn't say hardly anything on the radio until I got on the ground, and just thank the air traffic control for basically saving my life, because I would have ended up in Pittsburgh airspace if they wouldn't have said anything. It was, and I mean, I had a map. I knew all of this. I just was not paying attention. So did a pretty fair landing coming into Youngstown. It's a very big runway, and I did a pretty fair landing. So I had to get fuel there, and so I got fuel there, and flew back to Erie. No other events like that. So, but those kind of stories are cool if you can live through them. But my respect for air traffic control is very, very, very high, because they basically saved me, no doubt about it. So, yeah. But I believe I'm a better pilot for it, because you fully realize the ramifications of not paying attention. And like I said, there's a great big, look at this lake. This lake is monstrous. It's right at the airport. I mean, how could I miss it? But I did. I don't know how far off course I was, but I missed it. I didn't see that monstrous lake that's right at this airport. Just crazy. So, but you have that big lake over there. That's at Youngstown, and then you have this one that's further to the north and east. This is Pymatuming Reservoir. So that's Mosquito Lake over there, and this is Pymatuming Reservoir, where we're gonna fly over. So. Yeah, I really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stream this today, because I wanted to fly in real weather, and I knew it could be pretty iffy. So, but all in all, it seems like it's worked out great. I mean, I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. And it's a much better representation of the flight. Of course, I didn't recreate flying past the past Youngstown Airport. I wanted to make sure that I stayed at 3,500, so that it was a little easier to see the runway. So, like at Lost Nation, the runway I landed on, because I did that flight a flight yesterday. So, yeah, weather reload. I did a flight yesterday, and I landed on a different runway, and that runway was kind of lined up with some roads, so it made it really difficult to see where the runway started, because the roads are in like kind of like the same direction, but they're offset by a little bit. So it was really difficult to try to figure out, okay, where, and not only that, but it had a displaced threshold of about, wow, it had to be 300 or 400 feet of a displaced threshold. So not only you got to fly over the roads, but you got to fly over a displaced threshold, you know, before you can actually get ready to put your wheels down. So. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm doing like 45 right now. No reds whatsoever, only oranges and yellows, so. Or actually, I guess those are greens. Those are greens, yeah. Yeah, so my headset is it's the Vive Pro 2. So the native resolution of it is 2448 by 2448, and so I downscale it a little bit. So global res. So I have for X-Plane, I have it set at 36%. So in turn, what I'm giving X-Plane is 2000 by 2000 per eye. So, so I'm not running, you know, the full res of this headset. But what I look at is, can I reliably kind of tell the difference between a 3 and a 6, a 12 and a 15, a 21 and a 24? And can I just turn my head and see that that's 37.9 miles to go, without like leaning into the 530? Those are checks that I use to say, is the resolution good enough to for me to fly the airplane? And if those are both true, then that's good enough. I don't need any more res. And the advantage is you start from a higher place. So in other words, you start from a higher frames per second, so that when you do have clouds come over, it doesn't drive your frames down so far, then all of a sudden it's not a pleasant experience. So that's kind of what I've kind of learned just during the time I've owned this headset, and because every headset I buy is higher and higher res, so and I have to buy a better computer to try to make it happy. So, but I've been pretty happy with the computer I bought. So, what do I have? 11900K with 64 gigs of RAM and an RTX 3090. So, I'm kind of looking at these clouds, like where the heck they're going to end up at. I think they're above me, but I'm also not sure. I really don't want to run into clouds, if that's at all possible. Yeah, they're above. They're above. I see this bank of clouds coming. I'm not quite sure where those are. I think they're about the same place. It's always hard to judge that. It's like judging mountains at a distance. You always think like you're not going to fly over the mountains. Well, what I learned is if you can see something on the other side of the mountain, you will fly over that mountain. I was flying in Arizona for a while, and in the mountains, And that's one thing I learned. You can see something on the other side of the mountain, you'll fly over that mountain. But if you can't, then there's a chance you won't. So, clouds are similar. They look lower at a distance than they are in real life. Yep. So I just have to keep kind of alert here. I don't really want to do any scud running, but that's what happens. That's what happens. So that part seems like it's working out. It's okay. But the weather was way better at Youngstown. But you don't know if that weather's moving in either. Hey, weather at Kilo Yankee November Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Kilo Yankee November Golf is broken. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 236 at 9 knots, cloud coverage is 16,000 scattered. 24,000 broken. Current altimeter is 29 Temperature 28 dew.22.
So she's saying the clouds are way higher than what what it looks like I'm seeing. So that's kind of interesting. TechCom 1 standby 118.100.
Com 1 standby set to 118.1. So I'll probably, if I can, kind of looking kind of ominous. I'm not so sure. My goal is to stay at 3,500 until about 10 miles from Erie. And what I'm looking for is there's a Interstate 90 runs along the south of the lakeshore, but not by a lot, by about 10 miles. And I'd like to be at least 3,000 feet when I cross 90, because there's some big antennas, TV tower stuff, right in that area where you're coming from the south into Erie. and then once you're past the 90, then you can get down the pattern. Pattern is about 1,800 feet. So. It's pretty socked in right here.
But it looks like on the other side it's not. Looks like this is a front that's to the south of the lakeshore. If I can, I'm 20 miles from the lake. Or 20 miles from Erie. Say weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India is few clouds. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 210 at 11 knots, cloud coverage is 9,000, few clouds. Current altimeter is 2992. Temperature 29 dew point 21.
Say active runway at Kilo Echo Romeo India.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 06.
Okay. So I'll wait till I'm about 10 miles and then I'll say inbound to land. So what she's reporting for weather kind of looks like what I'm seeing, 9,000, yeah, that's about right. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land, runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf Squawk 1200, altimeter is 2999er.
I'll make that call again at 10 miles out. If she doesn't tell me, I'll just go straight in on runway 06. Because I'm talking to tower, so. It's coming in from this direction. I would have to go across the runway, across the airport, around the airport to get set up for a downwind on 6. So unless I'm told different, that's what I'm going to do. So we're about 5 minutes out. 11 miles. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf Squawk 1200 expect to enter on a left downwind for runway 14. Call downwind.
Expect to enter on a left downwind for runway 14 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf Squawk 1200.
Stay active runway for Kilo Echo Romeo India.
Aircraft calling tower, say again with your call sign.
Stay active runway for Kilo Echo Romeo India, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 06.
So there's 79 coming up and there's 90. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf on final runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 228 at 9 knots, cleared to land runway.
Cleared to land runway Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, welcome to Youngstown Warren REGL, contact ground on 121.9er. Have a good afternoon.
No. No, I'm not at Youngstown.
KERI INTL Tom Ridge FLD Information Mike.
Setcom 1118.100.
Com 1 set to 118.1.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active.
KERI INTL Tom Ridge FLD Information.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha. Hold short runway 24.
Whoops.
Taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha, hold short runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Delta, Foxtrot, Golf, hold short runway 02, and runway 06.
Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Delta, Foxtrot, Golf, hold short runway 02, and runway 06 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Yeah, I gotta figure out why it has such a hard time, like, kind of realizing you actually went to a new airport.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf cleared to cross runway 02.
But once it's here,
Cleared
it seems
to
to be
cross
fine.
runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
The ground seems to know better than what the tower does. Oh well, that's life. We'll have to look and see if there's a setting or something that isn't right. But in general, it seemed to work. I mean, sure don't get run over by one of these fuel trucks. They seem to have a mind of their own. They don't seem to care about airplanes. Alrighty. We made it back. Perfect. Okay. Turn off the avionics mixture. My lights are master off. Ignition switch to off. I think we're done. Cool. Actually went quite well. I'm pretty happy. Thanks to everybody who dropped by, and this was a lot of fun. Definitely an improvement over what happened on Friday. So, oh, good. Alrighty. Once again, if you if you enjoy this kind of content, please click on the follow button so that when I do stream, um, you'll you'll see when I go live. Um, there is no doubt that when the public release of X-Plane 12 drops, I'll be spending many flights in X-Plane 12. Um, Probably hardly any in 11. So, uh, and I'll be streaming it, and I'll be streaming it in VR. So that's kind of my goal, and we'll see how long we have to wait before that can become true. So, thanks again for everybody who rode along, and doesn't appear like I didn't hurt anybody, and so at least did pretty reasonable landing. So, thanks again, guys. All have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.